Hi YouTube. My name is Charmaine. I'm new as far as having my own YouTube channel. I've never been one to like be into cameras and videos and everything, but I decided, I've been through a lot in my life in the past 11 years, and I just think, as I continue my journey, that I need to maybe just to help get out a lot of things that have been building up, and maybe this to be a little bit of therapy for me. Um, so I'm gonna call my YouTube channel Charmaine's Journey. It's gonna be about my life, what I've been through the past, 44 years of my life. I love to cook, might see a little bit of cooking, but first and foremost, let me get this out of the way. In 2005, I was diagnosed with a disease called transverse myelitis. And actually in 1997, I was diagnosed with lupus. And then in 2005, I was diagnosed with transverse myelitis. That's what they told me at first. And which caused me to become a paraplegic. So I'm paralyzed from the waist down. And as that happened, my son was young at the time. So that was 2005. So he was about 10 years old. And I ended up, actually, it started December of '04. And then from December '04 to October of '05, I was back and forth into the hospital, walking, not walking, walking, not sick, staying in the hospital 6 weeks at a time, going to rehab and things like that. But I'll get more into that later. But then in October of '05, I ended up not walking anymore. I was in the hospital, and they say when you're in the hospital, sometimes you get sicker in the hospital, by being there for a long period of time. So I got sick, ended up with an infection, and then I stopped walking. And from there, I ended up being in the hospital until 2009, between the hospital and nursing homes, all the while trying to raise my son, which was very difficult. But like I said, I'll get into more detail later. I've been through a lot in my 44 years, more than a lot of people been through in a lifetime. And people always say you're so young to be going through what you've been through. I've been through a lot, and I walk by faith. If it wasn't for my faith in God, I wouldn't be here. And the love of my son, I love my family, but it's nothing like the love of your child to keep you going. It's been many a days that I wanted to give up, and but when I looked at him, I couldn't. So I came home in 2009, and I've been home ever since. But I've been back and forth in the hospital off and on for the past 8 years. Some visits worse than others. And all the while raising my son, that last 2008, that summer, I just prayed and prayed, and I prayed to God, and I said, God, I need to get home to my son. He's not being treated like he should be, and he needs me. And, when I was younger, my prayer used to be, God, I want to be able to see 21. And then I had my son at 21. So then after that, my prayer was, Lord, I want to be able to watch my son grow and become something. And then I can leave this earth knowing that, he'll be okay. So God has sustained us, through a lot of things. people be surprised what what you can do with when you have little. My son is now he's getting ready to graduate from Towson University in May with a double bachelor's degree at 22, which I am so proud of him. And it wasn't just me. I had a couple people in my life that really helped me, but I realized by being sick that you really know who has got your back when you're down. But when you're up and around and moving around, everybody loves you and needs you. But when you're down, you can't find anybody. So, but we'll get into that later. So, like I said, this is my journey. And hopefully, by me telling some of my stories, it can help someone else. I know how it feels to have those dark days when, when you feel like giving up and you feel like there's nothing else in this world left for you, and you feel like you have no purpose. And they say, God says, He has a plan for everyone. And I always ask God, I know you say to God, I know you have a plan for me, but when are you going to reveal it to me? Because sometimes I just get tired. I get tired. And as you might see, I'm in my room in my home. I'm in a hospital bed. That's what I have to be in for right now. Because I know that some people get on social media and pretend to be something that they're not in order to get viewers or money or whatever. I'm not asking anything from anyone. Just your advice and your kindness. Kindness goes a long way. And I've had to learn that it's not easy. When you're sick, you become bitter. And I was bitter, and sometimes I have my moments. But the past few years, I've been trying to change my attitude towards people. Especially when, my son has called me out on it a lot. How I say things and what I say. And I look back at myself and I ask myself, what am I doing wrong? And a lot of times when I'm upset or angry, I don't say anything because I'm a true believer that, when you can't take it back. When you say things, you can't take it back. And I'm not the type of person who likes to hurt people's feelings purposely. Now, don't get me wrong. I can get out on you if I need to. I can become aggressive. And, I remember when my son was in high school, he called me the Hawk one day. And it upset me a little bit. But that's how he perceived me at that time. But, I know he loves me unconditionally. And that's my world. That's my life. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have fought as hard as I have. I've gone through so much with being sick. And I know so much about my body now. If I had known then what I know now, I probably wouldn't be paralyzed. But I put a lot of my faith in the doctors, thinking that they knew better. But like I said, I assumed that they knew what they were doing. But now I don't let them get away with anything. If I don't feel right, if it is not right, a lot of times I know better than them. And with doctors, they can't do anything to you until you tell them what's wrong. So don't let the doctors tell you what to do. Be adamant about your care, your medication, everything. I have caregivers that take care of me 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I get frustrated with them a lot. I'm in the process of, I've had new caregivers now that have been here with me almost 2 months. And it's really a roller coaster. Well, especially, it's not easy finding good caregivers. And I had a caregiver here with me who was here with me from the time I came on for 8 years. And we've become very good friends. And I love her and her children to death. And it hurt me a little bit that she left. But I understood that, she has to move on with her life and do whatever she, is best for her and her children. And of course, we're still friends, and she'll be here for me if I really need her. And I had another caregiver that was here with me for a year, and she had to go, but we still talk and everything. And excuse my hair, I haven't gotten my hair done yet. She's supposed to do my hair. But yeah, I just think this would be good therapy for me and maybe for someone else. I had a couple people tell me, and my son tells me all the time that I inspire people, and I don't know how, because really, since I've been sick, I really don't go anywhere. I stay in the house. My room, I keep it dark. Right now the light is on because of the camera, but I keep it dark in my house. And even when I was in the nursing home and the hospital, my room was always dark. And people would ask why, and I would tell them because the sunshine always reminded me of what I can't do or what I used to do. And it hurts, and even nowadays it still hurts. And I don't like a lot of people around me because you don't know what their intentions are. So even family, people don't come to visit me or call me like that. It's only a handful of people. I mean, really a handful of people that I talk to on the regular as far as family and friends. My son lives here with me, and he's very good to me. He's not disrespectful. He's very good to his mom, and even, with him going to college, and he's a very busy young man. He always worries about me. And we have this rule which we've had since he was little, that we never go to bed without saying we love each other. We never get off the phone without saying we love each other. Even if we're upset at each other, because you never know if those are the last words you're going to say to someone. And he still does it. Even we're in the house all day, he'll come in here, Mom, you're okay? Are you okay? I love you. And he's like, I got real sick a few years ago, and since then I noticed he's a little more paranoid now. So, like, if I have an ache, he's like, well, do you need to go to the hospital? And I'm like, no, I'm okay. He's like, you're sure? No, I'm okay. But I never get tired of him saying he loves me. And I'm a true mama bear. I'm a mama bear to the umpteenth power here. True mama bear. You mess with mine, that'll be the worst thing you ever done. But I'm not going to stay on here long. I just wanted to introduce myself. And like I said, I think I'm going to title this channel Charmaine's Journey. And feel free to ask any questions or